I was so damn cocky after the first quarter. I'm not even going to show you my notes from the first quarter where the Texans were on their way to a 56 to nothing bludgeoning of the Patriots. Some really, really good things in this game. The pass protection, I think, when facing a four-man rush, has been really good. The blitzes started getting to the Texans, and credit the Patriots for pouring it on. They got to take advantage of some of the opportunities downfield. Defense until that last drive has been great. Penalties pop up again on that last drive. Murray gets 2 penalties in a row. And obviously, you can't, we talk about this. Clean football. Play clean football. But really, the offense and the precision that they showed on those first couple scoring drives, that was awesome. They were running the ball at times into a brick wall, but at times at least for 3 yards or so. We saw a 3rd and 5 right in that first drive. I didn't even know that 3rd and 5 still existed. I thought it was 3rd and 10 plus or nothing else. But the pass protection and the run game versus the blitz, this is something they got to address by the second half and in general. The Texans' defense and their pass rush has been great. D'Amico heated it up and started blitzing there at the end. And I think that Derek Stingley had Booty covered on that, and we turned to look for it. He's usually really good at tracking the ball. It looked like he misjudged it a little bit. And then in the hand fighting, we didn't get what we needed out of that. But the pass protection so far, good. The run game, man, Joe Mixon. If I told you that Joe Mixon was averaging 7 yards per carry right now, it would sound absurd, and yet I believe, 7.5 yards per carry because of that one big run. I think too many of them have been just little token runs. Dare has 1 4-yard carry. Dameon Pierce, 2 carries for 2 yards. I thought that first opportunity he had on the first stalled drive that they had, it looked like he could have broken that for more if he'd been more decisive about it. But he had 4 drives in a row there by the Texans. The missed field goal, then the interception by CJ, probably just put that a little deeper. He was throwing off of balance and everything. They had 3 and out. There was a bad run and a snuffed out screen on that play that led to 3rd and long, and then blitzed into oblivion at the end there. Clean up the blitz. Other than that, I feel good about this. I think it's been a cleaner game for the Texans than we've seen at times. Let me see the comments of what you guys are thinking. Alshire's questionable with an injury. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, too many of these lulls. The full quarter lulls. Yeah, it's a full quarter lull. I don't even need 4 quarters, 4 good quarters. I would just how about a hodgepodge of a good thing happening in each of the 4 quarters, and then do some of the other bad things. Just don't go into a position where you've given Drake May a little bit of confidence now. Drake May, that might have been his first good throw all game, other than the throw where Murray got the interference, which seemed kind of ticky-tack, but that was probably a good throw if the guy had gotten there completely clean. Yeah, Frobius should be 24-0 minimum. I don't know about outright disaster at this point, and whether you want to talk about momentum or otherwise, but the Patriots have gotten their feet underneath them a little bit. The run defense has been incredible. I think Fadikasi's got something on the snap count, because my God, how that first one wasn't an offsides when he almost blew the play up entirely in the backfield. The run defense has been very good. I think the defense in general until that last drive has been everything you want. But you saw a little dose of, hey, Drake May was drafted number 3 overall for a reason. He's been able to run for yardage in this game so far. So if Alshire's out, Alshire is big versus mobile quarterbacks. You just see him continually making plays on the sideline. Pass pro, the sacrifice drive, the pass rush. Okay, I don't know if we need to be blitzing, all right? I see D'Angelo Ross down there at the bottom of my screen, and I'm thinking, all right, so far so good. Haven't seen D'Angelo Ross get exposed. But let's not tempt fate here. If the 4 guys up front are doing it, then let's play coverage on the back end and not get too spicy out here. Just let Drake May make bad decisions with a 4-man pass rush. Will Anderson, did the 1 sack get taken back by Will Anderson, or did he get to keep that? 2 sacks by Will Anderson. The hands of the face call, I don't know if I think they showed on the replay what they showed shouldn't have been hands of the face. That if it was a legitimate call, would have been on whenever the receiver was making the break. If Murray had his hands up in his face. Yeah, Aziz hurt his knee. Damn it. The commentators pointed out that Kaimi's just been money. Oh, Kaimi! Wasn't even in me to blame Kaimi for the failed drive. And yet, that was part of it. But on that drive, you also had a failed run into a brick wall. You had a penalty. It's just too much of this. The first scoring drive, they were bailed out by a penalty and then also just Slowick's play calling, which, I'm getting to the point where, look, dude, I understand that you got to call a balanced game, but this offensive line, when it comes to creating movement in condensed formations with lots of people, they're not those guys. And I don't care if Joe Mixon is back there or anybody else. Joe Mixon, thank you. Thank you for Joe Mixon, because there's a level of speed and explosiveness there as a receiver and as a runner that we just haven't had. I think the decisiveness, you can see the difference between Dameon Pierce and Joe Mixon. That part's been really good. Top 5, blah, 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 blah. Offense is so embarrassing. They stalled the hell out. They stalled out. Okay, if Aziz is out, I bet they lose. This is the thing to remember about this. The Texans have played 2 linebackers all season long. Going into this game, the only other linebacker that has a rep on defense is Neville Hewitt, and he had 1 rep. The Rashad Weaver technically is a linebacker, but he played defensive end last week. So they've got 2 linebackers that they feel good about. Their base defense is their nickel defense. I don't know if they come out in the second half and their base defense is the dime defense if Aziz is hurt, but this is that's critical mass potentially. If they continue doing a good job versus the run, I'm not going to be as worried about it. I think Drake May will make more mistakes. That was a beautiful throw he made there at the end of the game. But Drake May right now is 8 for 14 for 105 yards. He's doing better than Josh Allen did last week. 7.5 yards per attempt. 2 sacks, both courtesy of Will Anderson. You look at the high performers for the Texans. Joe Mixon's got 75 yards on 10 carries. It feels a little bit like an illusion because there have been too many negative run plays just for 2 to 3 yards. I will say that I think some of those Joe Mixon 3 and 4 yard runs would have been runs for no gain by other running backs. So they haven't fixed all the things that plague the offensive line, but Joe Mixon does make up for a lot of it. And then if he can just bust out another big run or 2 like that, then I'll be cool with it. Tank Dell's got 4 receptions for 36 yards and a touchdown. Joe Mixon with a 1 touchdown reception. Booty, 40-yard touchdown on 2 targets. They need to throw the ball more to that. Was it Polk? Was it Polk that's caught like 25% of the passes that they've thrown his way? More to Polk, more to Hunter Henry begging for an interference on a play where he wasn't even looking in the right direction. More of that. Texans have no killer instinct, up by 14, then go cold AF. That's a good. You know what, Eric? I'm gonna save that for the post game. Killer instinct is always a tricky thing. Physically right now, the 2 things that I think are hurting him are the Patriots picking up with the blitz, and then CJ wasn't aware of the one that they disguised it well. He came late in the down. From my vantage point and just watching it once in real time, that's on the QB in that one technically because there was nobody to account for that late blitzer. But and then CJ's interception, yeah, Dalton could have competed for it, but it could have been thrown a little bit deeper. So a couple of the issues right now are not glaring CJ. It's like normal QB mistakes or normal things that happen. It's not. I wouldn't even call taking that sack from the blitz a mistake necessarily. It's just it was a good play call, on that particular play. Ended up working. But you should also feel sick because it should be 24-0. Listen, Grubbs Killer. Texans are going to lose to a dog shit team because they are a dog shit team. Grub Killer, how small is your faith? This team has eked out wins versus dog shit teams continually this year. That's how they're 4-1. They'll make it ugly. Pat scoring the touchdown is unacceptable. That was a bad drive. Okay, couple things. tackling on the sideline there. Stingley missed one tackle. He had a really nice tackle, but the play where it looks like the dude was out of bounds and then it extended another 15 or 20 yards, got to get him out of bounds there. Can't be committing double penalties on that final drive. Like this is the stuff that feels a little bit like, all right, are you guys playing down to your competition? Because this Patriots team, I've watched enough. Over a half, yeah, the score should be way different than this. The talent disparity is vast between these two teams. Bobby Slowick, I've been one of your biggest defenders. You gotta pick it up in the second half. There's 4 failed drives in a row. Okay, I don't want to see fades to Tank Dell. I don't want to see fade. I don't want to see running into a brick wall on the goal line when you guys don't have the ability to do that. So I've defended you, Bobby Slowick. Starting to wear thin, damn it. All right. Do a post game after this. Grub kill.